Welcome back to the Cortado Pause, the podcast where I talk to former high-level athletes about life during sport, life after sport. Honestly, we just chop it up over a Cortado that they make and I rate. Guys, today's a first. We're not actually talking to a former high-level athlete. We're talking to a current professional soccer player, my longtime friend, Wesley Timoteo.
Thanks for having me here.
How does it feel to be on a podcast where I usually talk to former high-level athletes? You're the first professional athlete I have on the podcast.
No, feels good. I mean, I've been a part of other podcasts in the audience, but no, it's good. I'm stressed now.
You are?
You're stressing.
You should be.
Yeah.
But it's going to be cool just to get a different take on things coming from someone who's, I would say now you're low-key becoming a vet in the professional game.
I am.
Vet in the CPL, that's for sure.
I am. Reached the 100 games this year, so...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's scary. I'm getting old, so... But no,
We're old, bro.
It's a nice stats to have, but still many years to go.
It's crazy that like, we think we're old because we relate ourselves to, in terms of, like, soccer. So,
yeah.
like, now kids at 16, they're playing pro, and we're 25, and it's like we're 10 years older than them.
It's crazy. You see kids nowadays. I feel like when we were younger, guys our age we would make it in the professional leagues or other guys in the world at like 22, you know. Like that was young. And nowadays it's like 15, 16, it's like...
It's disgusting.
It's bad. Like, I personally don't like it, but that's where it got to, and I feel like it's going to get younger and younger. I don't know. I saw a guy today who was 15 years old. He made his pro debut. I was like, I don't know. It's too different.
Anyways, we have a lot to talk about, but before we get into anything, you know what we got to do? We got to take a Cortado pause.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Wesley, I heard you've been practicing.
I did.
Rumor has it you practiced this morning, which is kind of cheating, but it's fine.
It's not. You got to be prepared.
Practice makes perfect, right?
Well, let me start with the milk.
Do you know what to do? Okay, good start.
I don't think so. Wait.
Just click it. No, it's going to be cold. You fucked up.
Oh, already?
Just tap it. Now it's going to be hot. Red means hot, blue means cold. You could put in...
Where do I put this?
You know what you're doing, bro? Figure it out.
Oh, wait, like this. Here you go.
Yeah. Shove it in. The coffee was going to make itself.
I heard...
You have to click a button, bro.
I know, but I heard that I should put the milk first.
What? Who said that?
Someone in the audience.
Who said that?
Someone in the audience, but I'll trust you. The big one is
you could put the milk first if you want.
I will.
What?
From training, my coach said milk first.
Who's this coach, bro? This coach needs...
Someone you had in the podcast. A very funny podcast.
Is he standing right over there?
He's in the audience.
There's no way this guy told you
That's how you
put
make
the
me
milk
train.
first.
That's how you make me train.
Are you serious? This is a lie. This is a lie.
I'm
If you
being
put the
honest.
milk first, I'm gonna donkey punch you in the head.
Just because you're hosting. The small one, right? Yeah.
Bro, it's you. You have to know. I thought you
I don't want to
practiced.
put too much. It's a different coffee machine, you know. So I'll go with this one.
Okay. Now the milk's ready. Is it warm? It's a little warm.
I don't know. You can't feel it from outside.
It should be a little bit warm. Taste
Oh,
it.
there's mousse, which is not
Mousse.
good. Mousse heads. What's happening with your coffee?
It's coming, bro. It's because you
Is there
took
water?
too long.
Oh yeah, there is.
Took too long.
I need a spoon. My coach taught me something.
How many techniques did you learn today? What kind of spoon?
I want to have the best Cortado.
Coffee machine's broken or what? What'd you do, bro?
You see?
It's all fucked up because of you, bro.
There we go. Needed some help.
Ooh. This looks good. You bought the coffee yourself?
Perfect. You see? Watch.
I thought you were gonna put the milk first, bro.
No. On yours, no.
Okay, on yours. What's the technique now?
I don't know.
You're gonna separate the mousse from
I don't know.
the liquid from the mousse.
I don't know.
Wait, what do you call the part that's not the mousse?
Milk.
Brandon?
Milk.
Fuck. So stupid.
Here we go. I don't know. Does it look nice? Better than your Parma? You don't know?
Doesn't look better in Parma, but it could taste better in Parma. Who knows? So this is mine.
Do I change it? Yes.
Looks milky, but that's alright. This is yours now? No milk first?
No.
Fucking liar, bro. I knew Brandon would never tell you to do that.
I think he wants his to be better than mine, that's why.
He had the industrial machine.
And I don't.
No.
Why? Is he more special?
We had to cut costs. We thought we were too rich to... What am I saying, bro?
Here you go.
They look decent, Wesley.
Not bad, right? For a first time?
Not bad. I would have
Well,
filled it to the
second.
rim a little bit more. I like it when it's filled to the rim.
Well, next time maybe.
Next time you rim job it, all right? Let's
Just-
get it.
just
Let's
for
go.
you.
Let's try it. All right, Wesley. Not too bad.
You like it? How's the color? How's everything?
Like I said, I don't know why none of the guests go all the way to the rim. I really enjoy when it's all the way to the rim. Brandon, did you rim it?
I was trying to say for the next person, have more coffee. Can't.
Bro, what are you talking about? More coffee?
One capsule is for two people. That's how we do in my house.
Cheers. No, you don't. What's your reaction to yours?
I mean, I don't drink as much cortados as you, but I like it. How do you like it?
I like yours. I like it.
How do you rate
But
it?
It's tough to rate.
Not 0 to 10. I'm saying for
I know, I'm
all
gonna
your
put it-
podcasts.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it because that's what I've been doing. I haven't been doing it on 10. It's hard to remember exactly what everyone's tasted like. Maybe it's
Who was the best?
recency bias. The
Brand-
best was Brandon's.
Okay, compared to Brandon then.
It's not as good as Brandon's.
That's crazy.
Brandon's had something
That's crazy.
special. I don't know if maybe it's just
He has experience though.
Yeah, he
You
has
have
experience.
to take in that.
But I
that's
don't even know why I'm saying Brandon's was better.
It's all in your head.
But,
Just 'cause he
like-
told you that he worked at a cafe. Like me, I never done this. I just drink espressos.
I think you're in the top 3, bro. Whether that's 2 or 3, I don't know.
Are you just being nice right now?
No, I swear. It's because,
Thank you.
bro, you're in the top 3.
I was stressed
Maybe it's
for
the
this.
capsules.
I
Maybe
won't
it's
lie, I
the
was
capsules.
stressed. I literally did one this morning. Brandon taught me how. And if he didn't, it was probably going to be as good as John's. But
No, relax.
I'm glad it's not.
But John had a more difficult task because he had to press it. He didn't know what he was doing. You just have to click some buttons. That's why it's low-key easier now for the guests. Maybe when we get our budget back up, when we get a few sponsors, maybe Uniqlo, maybe Cafe Parma, maybe what's Chichio's? Chichio's coming
Shout out
soon.
to Joe.
Shout out to Joe coming soon. But yeah, once we get our
I'm
budget
glad you're
up,
happy. I'm glad you're happy.
once we get our budget up, you'll come back
You'll put
and
me in.
you'll do it
All right.
with the real machine.
I'll be there.
All right, so let's get into the real talk, the soccer talk. So our paths crossed at a fairly young age. It's crazy that now we've probably known each other for 13, 14 years, which is crazy to think. But take me back and just give me a little bit of a glimpse into young Wesley's little career when you started off and what really drove you to where you are right now.
I mean, I started at a very young age. As many of us started at 4 years old. Tim Hortons schools, whatever. But I feel like everyone, when we're young, we're just playing for fun to be around friends. So that was it from, I'd say, 4 to 9, whatever. And then whenever my dad went to coach at Panelinos, and he started to kind of build that team that we always talk about, that's when I started taking it more seriously. And then at 10 years old, remember we went to Mundialito, tournament in Portugal. And I remember losing 24-0 to Benfica
Damn.
my first year in that tournament. And that's when I told myself, I was like, okay, we really suck compared to the guys in Europe. And kind of the message I got from my dad after was you see, if you want to reach that level, you got to, train more and more. But you're very young at 10 years old. You're like, yeah, what do you mean train more? We're doing enough. We train 3-4 times a week, whatever. And I'd say at 12 years old, that's really started when I joined the Montreal Academy.
Montreal Impact Academy?
Montreal Impact, yeah. And the same year I went to Danan Nations Cup. It's a tournament.
That's true, you went to that, that's sick.
You represent Canada. We went to Poland. sponsored by Zidane, which is crazy. Like,
And
it's like
Danone.
Danone, yeah. It's like a
How
mini
much
World
yogurt
Cup.
did you eat while you were there?
So much. It was free. It was free. And since then, I can't eat yogurt. It just kills my stomach. But, like that year was kind of the year I was like, okay, like I'm getting like, in Montreal Impact Academy is like very serious. You go to school, then you go straight to training. And I was like, okay, like I have a good level around me or whatever. And then in those years too, like it was the years where you could do Montreal Academy and amateur club. So I was still playing for Panelinos. And at 13, we won the Canadian Championship. We had like a crazy team, Brandon,
Nice, yeah.
John, like all the guys, and many of them like became pro after also. And the level was just unbelievable for 13 years old kids. I mean, they were 14, I was a year younger. And then I still remember I went to a tournament in Sweden with Balu and Brandon called Gautier Cup. And, it was just for fun. It was in the summer. We had fun, played with this Portuguese team. And my second year, I went back again. And that was the year where, like, it all started. I mean, I did extremely good, to be honest, in that tournament. And that's when the guy that prepared the team, like, built up the team, whatever, he used to work for Benfica. And he was like, after the tournament, he's like, I think you have the level to come play in Portugal. Do you want to come? And I still remember my parents were on vacation in Cuba, and he calls my parents, he's like, Wesley has to come to Portugal. Like, it's time, he's 14, like, I'll help him, like, get settled here and everything. And it was kind of crazy, like, you think, okay, he's leaving Canada to go to Portugal at 14, I have to leave friends, school, family, everything. And basically my parents just said, what do you want to do? Like, this is your chance to go to Europe. I know you're young, but maybe that's the move you have to do if you want to reach a certain level. And that's when I took the decision to go to Portugal, and then it all started. Academy.
14-year-old. Packed your bags
crazy.
and you went to Portugal.
It was the craziest decision. And the worst, I'd say one of the worst years I had in my life was 14 to 15.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, the things I went through there it was crazy. You leave all your friends, your family, you have to go to Portuguese school. I mean, I'm Portuguese, I know how to speak Portuguese, but it's just such a big change. And I was like, so many times I wanted to come back. I would go home and cry, to be honest. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I want to go back. I was good in Montreal Academy. I was like, why did I do this, But then slowly you make friends. You start enjoying. And and then so many things happened after that.
Were you living alone initially when you went to Portugal, or?
No. So the first year I lived with that guy in the south of Portugal in Lagos. So I lived there for a year with him, and it was crazy. I won't lie. It was me, Abraham Diverger, and Josué Diverger, two guys from Montreal. I think you know them too. And
Josué is the keeper
80,
for the
80,
Haitian
yeah,
national
Haitian
team.
yeah, exactly. And I still remember we were 5 guys sleeping in one room. It was like bunk beds.
Class.
And then he had a son and a daughter, plus his wife. So we're like 7, 8 people living in the same house. And it's not a house, it's an apartment, just a big apartment. And I still remember we had like our food, and the kids, like his kids had other food, but they had like top class
You guys had the
snacks,
scraps.
and we had scraps, and like we were just going through hell. And like I had to ask my parents money because I couldn't eat what they were giving us, so I'd go out to eat and whatever. Like, honestly, the first year was very bad. Then my mom had to come at 15 because the FIFA didn't accept that I had a tutor. So basically, you can't, before 16 years old, you can't be in Europe alone without your parents.
Yeah.
That's why my first 2 years in Portugal, I didn't play one game. I was literally just training, and it was crazy because, all we want to do is play games, and I was just training there. And yeah, I was losing my mind, to be honest.
So those first 2 years, like you said, were probably super difficult for you. And your mom, her coming and live over with you, was a big sacrifice for her, I'm assuming.
Oh, it was crazy. She had to leave my dad, my sister. She left everything, her work here, just to come and help the process with the FIFA to get me to play in Portugal. So, I mean, I'm still super thankful for her and my family, because the amount of money they put in that with lawyers, with a bunch of things just to make me play in Portugal, it was crazy. But also enjoy my time, like a year with your mom in Portugal, just enjoying traveling, like like, just knowing new places in Portugal and
Europe
eating
is so
good,
nice.
especially eating good. So no, I'm super thankful for her, to be honest.
And what academy were you with over there?
The first year I did the Esperança de Lagos. It's like in the south of Portugal. Try to say
Why
it.
did I ask?
I want you to try.
Esperança Lagos. Say it again.
Esperança
de
Lagos. No, it's a super beautiful place in the south of Portugal.
Esperança de Lagos.
No, it's a very small club. I think they're like 5th division. But honestly, it was just to adapt. I still remember that year I went to Benfica for tryouts. Didn't work out at all.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad. I got there, the level was actually very high. And then I remember towards the end of that was the second year when my mom was there. This was very random. She was like, Wes, I think you have the level. Without telling me, she messaged Sporting. Email. She found someone's email, sent her an email, and they're like, "Oh, my kid plays here, he's Canadian, Can he get a trial?" They accepted randomly.
What?
So she drove me to Lisbon. I remember 3 days there in the academy. Didn't know anyone. I was just there, young Canadian guy trying out. And they ended up really liking me. So they invited me for another week. I went there, spent a whole week there. And that's when they found out that I couldn't play yet. The FIFA still didn't let me play. So they're like, what we could do is refer you to a club that we work with, which was Bolognese.
Yeah.
And
Bolognese sauce. This guy played with Bolognese sauce.
That's crazy. Never heard that one. And then, so they referred me with them, and they're like, we work with them. It's still first division club. You'll go there, and whenever you get your papers, you're going to start playing there, and if we like you, we'll take you back. If we still like you, we'll take you back. I was like, okay, sounds good. And I remember I had an exam the next morning, and the training was like on a Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. in Lisbon. So taking, like, we're in Lagos in the south of Portugal. It was 3 hours drive. And the next morning at 8 a.m. I had an exam, and like end of the year exam. It was like already in June. In school, and my mom's like, you have to go, it was their last training of the season too. So we drove to Lisbon, trained, and before the training, coach comes, he's like, look, I'll be honest, we already made up the team for next season, so it's going to be very hard for you to impress us, but just go train with the guys and we'll see. I was like, why the hell did I come here, like, it wasn't a good start. And then whatever, I did my session. I actually did very good, to be honest. And then at the end, they just said, "Oh, we want you next season." So I was like, "Wow, that's amazing." I still remember I drove back to the south of Portugal, did my exam. A few days after, I went back to Montreal for I think a month. And then I was back in July for preseason. And that's when I did 4 years in that club.
That's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
4 years at the academy? Did you ever get time with the first team, or?
No. I did U16, U17, U18, U19. Mid U19, I left the club. So 3 years and a half. Never got the opportunity to play with the first team, which is like a big step because we didn't have like the reserve team. So you had to jump from the U19 straight to the first team.
Just like with me when I was with Impact.
So it's a huge step. I feel like those smaller clubs, when you don't have the B team, it's harder for the young guys. And like I said, back then you wouldn't see guys. I'm talking back then like I was 40 years old, but
7 years ago.
That time you wouldn't see that many players that young, like making that big jump, like especially in smaller clubs without the reserve team. So no, I never not even train. I didn't even train with them. What I did, it was like when I was 17, I went to play with the U19s, and it was an unbelievable experience. You play against Benfica, Sporting, Porto. You play against all the top players you see now playing for PSG and all the top clubs in the world. It's
What's
crazy.
like a notable, some of the players you played against?
I still remember that game when I was called with the U19s. That marked me because it was the only game I got called. But then it was the last game of the season, and if we won, we finished second in Portugal, in the whole country. And I was on the bench. I didn't get in. And I saw this winger always smiling whenever he had the ball. I was like, who the hell is this guy? He was unbelievable. And then Now it's Rafael Leão.
No way, bro.
Yeah, and he was just smiling the whole time.
You smiled back then too.
I swear to God, I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, he's just smiling. And they were losing. We won 2-0. And it was weird because we celebrated to finish second, and they were celebrating after the game because they were champion. Like, they were champion no matter what, you know? But the guy, like, he didn't care about anything. He would lose the ball and just there smiling. And then now he's at AC Milan, which
That's
is crazy.
I love
Like, that's the one that stayed in my mind. But I played against so many other guys, but that one was unbelievable.
Was he like...
No, it was good.
What
Fast
academy was he
winger.
with?
Sporting.
Sporting, okay, it's true.
He's a fast winger. He was already built like a truck, you know, like... And I was there, I was 17 years old, I was a small kid, a Canadian guy, you know, like, we're just like, what the hell is happening?
I would shit my pants, bro.
Bro, I saw the coach send me to warm up, I was, please don't put me in. But I know that, you know, it's just in the moment, but as soon as, if he put me in, like, in the game, I was like, you know, stress goes out.
Yeah.
But unbelievable experience, to be honest.
So then after your time in Portugal, is that when you sign your first professional contract?
No, so I told you I left Belenenses at 19, half season, which was crazy, to be honest, that year, because it's such an important, at the end of my U18 season, not a lot of people know this, at the end of the season, Sporting said, because I had a really good season, how it works, U18, U19 in Portugal is called juniors, and it's a mix of both. So not all the U18s get to play much, because they're with the U19s, right? So... I played almost every game. I had goals, assists, whatever. And at the end of the season, I get a call saying Sporting wants me to go for preseason. But at the same time at Belenenses, which I was very comfortable, you know, like I was there and they really want me to go back the next season. They were telling me I was going to be captain. So I was like, what do I want to do? Do I want to go in the middle of the guys in Sporting that play national team that I probably won't play much? And it's U19 year. It's the last year before you become a senior. It's like I need to play, you know, like I can't go there and just sit on the bench, which now I regret. But I ended up staying at Belenenses. I was named captain. I still remember, played the first like 9 games, starting every game. The team wasn't doing great, but we're not doing bad, so we're just mid-table, whatever. But in Portugal, it's known that we had a very good academy because we had like many players on loan from other teams. And it happened that after 9 games, we got 4 players on loan from Benfica.
Great.
And back then, I was a 10. I was offensive midfielder, and the 4 that we get was striker, winger, 10. And, you know, players on loan from Benfica, like, it gets to a point they have to play. First few games, they didn't play much. And it's like, I was comfortable in my position. I was like captain, I'm playing every game, whatever. And then, one by one, we start getting kicked out of the starting 11. So, okay, whatever, I'll give my place back. And it got to the point I wouldn't even get 1 minute, you know. And that was like end of November. And in December, same thing happened. I wasn't even in the squad. I was like, how do you go from captain playing every game to not being in the squad? So I was kind of losing my mind. And I still remember for Christmas, we had a game the 23rd and then one on the 27th. And then we had like 2 weeks off. On the 23rd one, I was not even on the bench. So I called my parents. I'm like, I'm coming home for Christmas. I'm missing the next game. I don't care. I'm not even going to play. So I text my coach. I'm like, yo, can I go to Canada? Honestly, like I need it. Like my head's not at the right place right now. I need to see my family. He's like, okay, go. So we book our flights. I'm thinking I'm missing the next game, whatever, and then I'm going to have 2 weeks off. He calls me when I'm like the day before I leave to Canada. And he's like, I really need you back for the 27th. Like you're going to play, like we need you. So I call my parents. I'm like, I still don't want to go to the game. And they're like, no, Wes, like, come on, like, it's your chance. Like, you're captain of the team still. Like, you have to go. So I'm like, okay. I stayed 4 days in Montreal. So basically, I flew all the way from Portugal, 8-hour flight, stayed 4 days here, but counted 4 days, like, with the flight. So basically, 2 days I stayed, because 2 days, like, traveling. All that to go to 27. I don't start.
Bro, come on.
He puts me in the first half to warm up, and I don't even get in the game.
So you warmed up for 75 minutes?
Yeah. So warmed up the whole game. So I was like, you know what? Like, I'm done. The next week, I called the coach. I was like, I need a meeting with you and the director. So big meeting, and where I'm like, I need to leave the club. You have to let me go. I'm not playing here. It's my last year as a junior. I have to go. I need to play somewhere. It's like, no, stay. Like, don't worry, second half of the season is going to be better. I was like, no, I need to leave. So ended up, they let me go. So I went to Estoril, which another first division club in Lisbon. And played the rest of the season, played every single game. And they had a B team. Well, U23. So U23 is like, in Italy, they have the reserve league.
Yeah.
It's like MLS Next. And me thinking, okay, for sure, I'm going to go. And my coach from the U19 went to that team. So I was like, for sure, I'm going to go. They didn't take me. So like, what the hell am I doing? But the club still had a reserve team that started in like the 5th division or whatever. Because they're trying to build up to reach a good level. And they're like, but you could go with the B team if everything goes well, you come with the U23s. And it got to the point I had no offers. I had no agent back then. I was done with juniors. I was like, I'm in trouble, right? So went with that team. Did a very good season. I'm not going to lie, I had like 5 goals, like 8 assists through March. And then COVID hits.
How's the level though? And like
5th division?
Is it considered pro, 5th division?
No. In Portugal, back then, only 1st and 2nd was pro. Now they've added a 3rd that counts as pro. Back then, no, 5th division was... I didn't get paid, to be honest. I had no money. I was just there, to try to find something after. And then COVID hits in March. Like, halfway through the season, I was having a very good season. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? And that's when, I came back for 6 months and we had the time of our lives.
Come back and we just...
Chalet over chalet. And I feel like that's when we got closer, though.
That's exactly when we got closer. Playing Pig at Louisburg.
I have to be honest, I played Pig in my team, and it's not as competitive as the Pig we play with you, Brandon, and John. Like, it's never going to get as competitive. Like, it's insane.
People underestimate the power of Pig. Because I'm telling you, I was never as good until I started playing Pig with you guys. And then just those reps and reps of playing Pig, I swear to God, I got so much better during that COVID summer.
You know how many times I was stressed when I would go, like, it was the 1v1 at the end, and I was against John, and he had like 0 letters yet, and I was like PI.
But
and then you lost. Bro. You absolutely lost. That guy's so class with his first touch. I was like, nah. But no, Pig is unbelievable.
You guys used to get, remember how bad you used to get, how mad you guys used to get at me when, like, I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't stitch you guys, but like,
yes,
bro, you know how I play it. I would like fall on the floor and stuff, and then I would be like, nah, bro, like
I always get mad for the ones that don't try hard. The ball's right there, and they're like, like they fake. You could see when someone fakes it. That's what gets me mad. I mean, I do it sometimes to piss off people, but
that was the beauty of us. We went for every single ball.
Yeah, that's true.
And even the hardest balls in the world, if you touched it, you take the letter.
You have to take it.
It made no sense.
And those low driven balls that John gives, and you still have to take it. You take the point because you're like, whatever. Like,
bro, I'm telling you.
No, but
don't ask. And what is wrong with me? Don't underestimate the power of Pig, bro.
No, Pig is class, to be honest. But yeah.
If anyone doesn't know what Pig is, it's basically it's like 2 touch, but when you play the ball, let's say I play it to Wesley, I give him a number. So 1 to 3. If I say 3, he has to take 1, 2. On the 3rd one, he has to pass it back to me if it's just us 2, and he has to say a number 1 to 3. And then if you fuck up, then you get P, and then you get I, and then you get G. If you get PIG, you're out. That's class. That's Pig. Great explanation.
Great.
So,
but yeah, that was the summer I came back.
Yeah, and now you come back in the summer. I remember we get close.
Very close.
If COVID didn't happen, you're probably not sitting here because we probably would have never rekindled our friendship.
And it all started when I went to, I think it was in Salisbury. What was that field called?
Louisburg. Yeah.
And I told you there's a chalet this week and you want to come.
That started everything.
That's when it all started. No, honestly, I say to this day, if I could pause my life right now and just redo the 6 months that I spent here, I would do it. Because people don't understand. I moved to Portugal, I was 14. The only time I would come was like Christmas, 4 days. Or like in the summer max for like a month, I'd say. Month and a half sometimes. So like those 6 months was like my time to spend with family and friends. I think it was my first birthday I spent in Montreal since I moved to Portugal. And that was what, 2020? 2021? 2020? I was 20 years old. So 6 years basically I spent in Portugal. I mean, I would spend my birthdays with Brandon alone, which was class. I won't lie to you. It was one of the best times living with that guy, but it's still different, you know. You don't have the family around you. But yeah, so I would redo those 6 months any day, to be honest. We did so much that summer. It was crazy.
And then after, well, now you don't have a club, right? During COVID. So what kind of happens? I know a little bit of what happens, and I know...
I don't even think you know everything.
No, I know a little. I know where you end up, but I don't know how you end up there.
Okay, so what happens is I go back to Portugal. And I'm telling my dad, I don't want to go to Portugal. Like, I can't. Like, mentally, I spent 6 months in Montreal. I was enjoying my life. I was like, now I have to go back there, play in the 5th division. I'm like, not down. So we ended up finding trials in Italy, which not many people, not many people
I didn't know
know
about that.
It was supposed to be Serie C, which is the third division.
Yeah.
And I ended up training with like 5th division teams. Like, you know, I feel like Europe, it's sometimes a lot of lies. Come, we get you this, that, and it wasn't. At first, it was okay. Train with this team. If you do good, we'll take you to a Serie D or whatever. Ended up training with the Serie D team. I don't remember the name, to be honest. Did very good. They wanted to sign me, but loan me in the 5th division to adapt to the country. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. So I did a month in Italy, and then I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. So during that time, someone in Portugal that I knew, he used to play pro. He was retired, and he's like, I know a contact in Cyprus. Cyprus. And I was like, what the hell is Cyprus? So I honestly didn't know. I swear I don't know. And I Googled Cyprus and I was like, that is unbelievable. Like, what a beautiful country. And I was like, I need to go there. I didn't know where I was going, to be honest. I didn't know it was 1st, 2nd, 3rd division. I didn't know if it was pro. I was like, I just want to go for the country. Beaches, it's sunny all the time. So I go. And I train with this 2nd division team, which is already professional there. And after a couple of days, they're like, yeah, we want to sign you. I was like, perfect. Like, let's do it. It's cheap money, whatever. But I didn't care. I was like, I didn't want to be in Portugal. I'm in a country where it's sunny all the time. I have the beach 2 minutes away. They pay my hotel all year. I had a car too, to split with teammates. But I was like, this is the place I want to be. Did my whole season there. And... we stayed mid-table. I had a lot of games, which was my first professional contract, and they didn't expect much. Just again, like in my contract, I said if I played 50% of the games, my contract would extend to the next year. And I ended up playing like 28 out of 32 games. So like right away, I had a contract for the next season. And I was like, okay, perfect. I'm coming back here. So I come back to Montreal in June.
But wait, how did you feel signing that first professional contract? This is your first
Amazing.
How was that feeling?
Wow. Honestly, you know, when you're a kid, you think your first professional contract is going to be with Real Madrid, right?
Yeah.
And slowly with time, I started noticing like, okay, it's not going to happen, but there's still chances. You see guys coming from nowhere to signing to the best teams in the world. And I was like, after so much stress that summer, Italy, going back to Portugal, didn't want to be there. Didn't know what was going on with my life, to be honest, because I was used to always play, always be sure where I was going to go. And that was the only time in my life I was like, what am I doing in my life? Like, soccer could stop right now. I could stop playing right now because I have no club. And the day they called me, they're like, yeah, we want to sign you. I still remember I was in the hotel and I started crying, called my parents, called everyone. I was like, finally signing here. So it was more for relief, you know, like it was just like, I have a team, and it's crazy. You're like, all those years where like you're training, whatever, you want to sign a pro contract, even though it wasn't at the level I thought I was going to sign my first professional contract, it's still very, very nice, you know, like you kind of feel like it's a little dream accomplished, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it is a dream.
It is. But I was still aiming for more, and I don't know. A lot happened after that.
Yeah. So, like you said, you play your first season, you kill it.
Yeah.
You get an automatic
extension,
which guys, for like 99% of the soccer players in the world, every year you're fighting for a contract.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not all the glitz and glam of the $1 million. Every year it's like cutthroat. Like, you need to perform, or else you're not going to get another contract, and you can't feed your kids. You're homeless. Your kids are starving. Your wife divorces you, and then what? But you get that automatic contract. But you come back and
I come back in June and spend a month here. And since it's second division there, it starts a bit later. The season starts like in October. So we would start preseason in August.
yeah,
So it gets to July, mid-July. So I get nothing from the club. I'm like, what's going on? So I messaged the sporting director. I'm like, hey, like, when's preseason starting? He's like, oh, I'll get back to you. After a week, nothing. Just message him again. What's happening? And at one point, he's just like, look, Wes, new investors came in or whatever. We're going to rebuild the team. The team didn't do as good as we thought. So you don't have a contract next season, which was like in a month. I'm like, what are you telling me? Not really, but I was like, what? You want me to now have to pay a lawyer, go FIFA, go against them? And like those countries like Cyprus and some countries in Europe, it's a bit of a fraud. Like we would get paid cash. Like it wasn't bank wire or whatever. It was just president would come in the locker room whenever you wanted though. It was never on time, like could be a week before the date you're supposed to be paid or a month after. At least I got paid every time. You would come and he would just hand you your cash. And you do whatever you want. You want to take it to the bank or not. So I wasn't even surprised about it. Because usually, in a professional contract, you should still get paid whatever they owe you for that year, especially at an extension. I was like, you know what? I'll leave it like that. I'll find myself something else. And I don't know if you know that part. I went to Portugal again.
No?
No
idea.
So it gets worse. So I'm like, what am I doing? It's July. Most of the teams started preseason already. I'm like, where I'm going to go? And it happened that year, my dad was, I can't say investing. I'll say investing, but he was helping a friend, whatever, that owned a club in like the 5th division in Portugal in an island called Azores.
Yeah.
And he's like, Wes, because that's when I started telling my dad, I want to go to the CPL. I saw Farsi going to Columbus. I started seeing guys doing good. It's like, I need to go to the CPL. But CPL was already mid-season. So I'm like, my dad's like, what, you're not going to play 6 months now and wait until January, February to sign with the CPL team? He's like, go to that team in Portugal, get rhythm, you're going to stay, you're going to play games. I really didn't want to. I was like, I put in my mind, I'm not going back to Portugal.
Yeah, you hate Portugal, bro.
I hated Portugal. And then I had to go. I had to go. Found myself in an island, nothing to do. Like, after 6 p.m., there's nothing open. On Sundays, there's absolutely nothing open. You can't even go drink a coffee. Nothing's open.
Nothing, class.
There's no one. There's no cars. There's like nothing.
Bro, how small is this island?
It was not that small, but it was just how they lived. Like on Sundays, there's nothing, whatever. So I'm there playing 5th division. We have to take these small planes, to go to other islands to play. The planes were like going like this the whole time. I thought I was gonna die like every weekend. Ended up having fun in soccer. Like soccer-wise, I was having fun. Some nice guys there, whatever. But living situation was the worst time of my life. It was boring, nothing to do. I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. It was shocking.
Yeah.
Just imagine yourself in a small island. You don't know anyone.
I can imagine, bro.
Nothing to do, and you're stuck there 6 months. It's raining every single day. So I'm like, no.
Oh, even worse, bro.
So that's when I started messaging every single person I knew in the CPL. Players, how did you get in the CPL? Texting agents, and ended up somehow happening.
So it was really like your own personal agent to get.
Yes. The way I got, because after that, I messaged, who did I message? I messaged a guy that played with me in Cyprus. Such a small world. Canadian guy that was playing at Valor, Tyler Tardo. He played with me somehow in Cyprus. I don't know how we both got there. And he was playing at Valor. And I was like, how the hell did you get in the CPL? I need you, like right now. And he's like, I'll put you in contact with my agent and we'll see what can happen. So I messaged the guy. He's like, look, you're in a tough situation. I know you have like a good academy base, whatever. You played in good academies, but the last few years has been in and off, flying to Cyprus, Portugal now, whatever. I could get you a trial in Edmonton. I was like, whatever you tell me, I'll do it. I don't care. So one day he's like, okay, next week got a trial in Edmonton. You have to pay your own flight. You have to pay your hotel. You pay everything. If you make the team, they reimburse you. It's like amazing. Me thinking I'm going to a team with already 20-something guys. I just have to prove that I'm better than some of them or the guys in my position. First day I show up there, there's 100 guys in the dome.
What?
Yes.
What, you got into an open trial?
Open trial.
No
He
way,
didn't tell me
bro.
that, so I flew from Portugal. I came to Montreal, I think, one night. I went straight to Edmonton. Cold as hell. It's like minus 40. I was like, where am I at? Like, I don't know where I was. I was in a hotel. I had to pay for everything. I get in the dome at 6:30 a.m. I see 100 guys. I'm like, what the hell is happening? Then I swear, I was like, yeah, I'm done with soccer. Like, what are the chances I make it out of 100 guys, right? And I stay a week. So basically, there's already a few guys signed. So how it worked, it was the Group A, Group B, Group C. It was by level. Group A was the best, B, C.
Yeah.
And some of the Group A would train also with the guys already signed. It was like 6, 7 guys. And I was never on the Group A. He put me all week with Group B. And the last day of the week, Group C. And I was like, I'm done. Like, last day of the week, he puts me in Group C. And how it worked is that every night you would go back to the hotel or home or wherever people lived. And we were all in a WhatsApp group. And if you got kicked out of the WhatsApp group, that means you were done.
Come on, bro.
So imagine you're sitting in your
do it
hotel.
a better way, bro.
Like, they wouldn't text you. They would just kick you out of the
you
group
out.
chat. So I was in my hotel room alone in Edmonton, didn't know anyone. And I was just staring at my phone all day. And then my name, I was always there, you know, like like I was like, okay, I'm fine. They told my agent, I ended up signing with him after, but that guy, they're like, he's staying 1 week. After 1 week, we promise you we're giving you an answer. Call the guy on Saturday. I'm like, any answers? He's like, no, he wants to see you another week. So I'm there. I book another week at a hotel. And I had to pay food. Everything honestly, it was crazy expensive, those 2 weeks and a half. And then do another week, and he's like, and by then, like, almost everyone was cut. And I'm like, surely I'm going to sign now. He's like, Wes, I need you 3 more days, from Monday to Wednesday. I'm like, no.
Were you training with the first team at this point?
Kind of, yeah. Like,
Okay.
I mean, we're not that many, so we kind of all mixed, you know. And he's like, we have a game next Tuesday, and I really want to see him in a game. So I called the guy. I was like, look, he told me a week, then he told me another week. Now he wants an extra 3 days. I was like, if he wants me that bad, the club has to find a place for me to stay and pay my food. I'm done. I'm not doing this. Like, if he's not happy, I'm gonna leave. And I get a call from the coach saying, look, Wes, I really like you. Just stay those 3 days. We'll find you a place to stay and do the game, and you'll be fine. Trust me. So, okay, if the coach called me and if the club is willing to do all that, I was like, surely they like me. And ended up those 3 days, and me and another guy signed. And
Unreal, bro.
it was such a relief, to be honest. And they didn't pay me back my things, but that's a detail.
Classic,
Yeah,
man.
I went broke.
I mean, at least they gave you a contract.
Yeah, contract. But on top of that, they
Was it actually? It was not
wasn't a
through them, huh? It was-
Exactly,
that's
exactly.
crazy, bro.
That's where it's even crazier. It's the day I'm about to sign. The coach is like, "Look, what's happening is that the team has no owner right now. The club is in debt or whatever, so we have no owner. We don't know if the club's going to stand next year or if there's going to be a club next year. It's probably the last year of this club." So I'm like, "Well, I'm signing 1 year contract, 1 year deal." He's like, "No. So we're going to put your name in a list." And all the other teams in the CPL get to sign you if they want. If not, we sign you as Edmonton and the league pays you.
Yeah.
Because the league took over. And ended up, Halifax was very interested in me. So I signed with Halifax. Maybe I'm stupid, but I really didn't know where Halifax was. As a Canadian, I swear to God,
Yeah.
I thought it was like west. I looked on my map, it's completely east.
Yeah. East.
And I was like, whatever, I want to sign. So it was 1 year plus year option in Halifax. So I ended up signing. And, I did my season and everything went well.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it was a relief. But also, it's the stress of that season. You're like, I got to do good so Halifax keeps me next year, So it's honestly that year and a half was crazy, especially coming off 6 months in COVID where I'm enjoying my friends.
Yeah.
It's like all this stress at the same time. I'm like, oh, it's crazy.
That's an unreal.
Yeah, I don't.
Unreal
it's
journey.
So much details, but like I feel like people need to know because it's not that easy getting
No.
there. You know what I mean? It's so much sacrifice.
It goes to show how difficult it actually is to just make it, not even to the Champions League. Like for example, CPL, which is the best you could play here in Canada, and not only did you persevere in difficult moments, but you were dedicated. You, like you said, you had to pay your hotel at time. You had to pay your meals. You had to sacrifice all this just to get that contract, and in the end, it pays off.
No, it was.
But it doesn't pay off for everyone. That's the story.
It's a sacrifice that you have to take, but it's no guaranteed. You know, it's literally like go. If it works, it works. If it not, and sometimes it's not even talent. It's not like you go and I saw some guys in the trial like they're very good. They didn't make it. Sometimes like the coach want to play in a certain way that you don't fit in. There's a guy in the same position that he likes more because some reason. It's like it's not just talent, and that's what it's a bit of luck too, to be honest. And it's a lot of sacrifice, and you know, so many L's that I took those last those years to just sign that contract. I was like, finally, man.
Was there ever moments, and I'm sure there was, especially when, let's say, you walked into that dome and you saw 100 kids and you're like, bro, was there any moments where you're like, my whole life, I'm a soccer player, I'm Wesley the soccer player, and what if it doesn't pan out? What do I do?
So many times I was laying down in bed, but that's even before Edmonton. It was already in Europe when those few years where I was just bouncing through, you know, Cyprus, Portugal, Italy, whatever. So many times I was like, look, I'm seeing my friends in Montreal. Some are doing construction, some are doing this. They're building their life. They're making good money now. Like, see them buy cars, see them, you know, slowly build their lives. And I'm here fighting for some hundreds of euros, not even money. Like, you know, like for basically whatever I was getting, it was just to live, you know. And I was like, so many sacrifice, you know. I went through so many things for this. Is it even worth it, you know? And I wouldn't tell my parents much, but a lot of times I was in bed thinking, what can I do? Like, if I go back to Montreal now, like, what do I want to do? So I was thinking about so many things. At one point, I was thinking about being a barber. I swear, I was like, okay, what if I want to open a barber shop one day? I swear to God. Like, so many things went through my brain, but I couldn't leave soccer. That's all I knew, you know. Like, I couldn't do anything else. It was that or nothing, and ended up being that. So
people don't realize that when you play high level as a young, but like once you get a little bit older, like 18, 19, 20, and you're still playing, and you see all your friends, they're working jobs, they're making some sort of income, they're able to buy clothes on their own. Bro, like, God forbid I needed to buy a hoodie when I was 21. I had no money, bro.
I'm
no
telling
money.
you. And a lot of people was like, oh, Wes, you're living the life. You live in Portugal, this and that. But I could tell you, like, it was off my parents.
Yeah.
Like, the money I got in Cyprus was to live, you know, like just buy my food, buy this and that. It was the first year, and I was 21, so imagine 2018, 2019, whatever, all these years where like people are already working here in Montreal, and I'm there asking my parents, like, I need to buy this month or whatever, like, you know, like, I was feeling like shit, to be honest. I was like, and I felt bad for my family too. It's like, how many years is that gonna keep going, you know, like, I'm 21, I can't call my parents to buy me something, you know, like I felt awful, and but I'm glad, you know, like my family like helped me for those years, and luckily I got to sign my contracts here, and so far it's been good.
And now you're CPL vet, and now that you've kind of established yourself in the professional game, going back onto that topic of identity, how do you, like, now you're no longer, like, technically you're not a young player anymore, you're still a young person, but you're not a young soccer player, you're a vet in the game. Like, how does that feel, like, knowing that you have years of professional soccer under your belt? Like, like just moving forward, like how do you picture yourself, and how do you, not have you changed your identity a little bit since being pro? I'm sure you have, but like just explain.
No, I feel like, those few years in the CPL, in Edmonton, I was like this quiet young guy in the locker room, just showing up to train and play and do my best. First year in Halifax, when I went to Edmonton to Halifax, signed a 3-year deal. So I was like, okay, now I'm established here. I know my next 3 years I'm here. So I was still a calm guy first year. I was like, trying to settle in the city, in the team. But I feel like it happened in the second year. So last year, coming into preseason, I was like, look, there's new guys. I've been here for a year. It's my 3rd year now in the CPL. I think I have to show more character, like talk, like not like scream at guys, but like, if someone's doing stupidities, showing up late and everything, like, tell them like, guys, it's a professional level, like behave and everything, or like, just help the younger kids. Like we have so many kids like training with us, 18, 17, Camilo, what a guy, what a legend.
UVM legend for
Camilo
3 weeks.
Vasconcelos, what a player, to be honest. But guys like him, just being there for them, like it's not easy for them too. Like I saw myself in them, like some of them was like first year they left their family's house and everything. I'm like, it's not easy for them, so I was trying to be there for them, more like that mentor type of guy, but still knowing I was young, So I was listening from the older guys, and keeping everything, the feedbacks and everything for myself, and trying to bring that to the younger kids too. And then I feel like this year is the year where I like did more of that job, the more talking. I wasn't shy in the locker room if I had to say something to the guys, something to the staff, or like before games, when the captains are talking in the locker room. I wasn't shy to being that guy. Or like when things were going bad, I wasn't scared from someone's reaction or anything. But you still think at the end of the day, I'm 25, like I still have older guys playing with me, so you still have to, sometimes shut up and listen to those guys, but also help the younger guys. So I feel like I get to the point where like, I'm old enough to help some guys, but I'm still young to learn, and you always learn, like so many guys have been in the league for, like our captain Rampasad has been in the league for 6-7 years now. So it's like guys you learn from, and it's amazing, to be honest.
And that's why it's cool. I think it's cool to have you on the podcast as a professional athlete, because although, and I wish you, like, I hope you play as long as you can, have like the most successful career. I hope eventually you accomplish everything that you want to. But whether you're a guy like me that played college and transitioning into something else now, or someone even lesser than me who was playing A, who's stopping to play soccer, or you're you, or you're Ronaldo, at a certain point, you're gonna have to stop playing, and that transition is gonna be there for any player. I'm sure even when Ronaldo retires, it's not gonna be easy for him to transition, not. And maybe he's gonna listen to this podcast and he's gonna say, "Yeah, I could relate to what they're talking about." So that's why I wanted to have a professional athlete like you on the podcast, because I don't know if you ever thought about what life after soccer would be, and I'm not saying you should, and you probably shouldn't, because I wouldn't if I were you. But seeing other guys go through it, and probably listening to, let's say, whatever, you've seen me, you've seen John, you've seen Brandon, you've seen a bunch of guys that played at a high level trying to transition out of it. Does that kind of like scare you a little bit eventually?
It does. No, honestly, it does. I do think about it a lot. I have my dad that tells me all the time to save money, invest it, because soccer is just a few years of your life, and then after that, what are you going to do, So, it's different when you're talking about Ronaldo, who has billions of dollars. He could just chill for the rest of his life, and I'm pretty sure he still doesn't do that. He still invests for his future. So imagine us, like, I have to think about what I'm going to do. And so, I'm thinking about, investing. I even messaged you a few months ago when you started personal training. I was like, I'm starting to do my certification for personal training, just in case, like it's something I like. I want to be involved in sport no matter what. As soon as I'm done, like that's all I know, sports, and I like to move. I like to, that's all I did since I was 4 years old. So that's why I messaged you. I was like, how did you get your certification from it? So slowly I'm thinking about it. Of course, I'm not
No, you should
24/7 on it because I still have to focus on right now, like what I'm going to do next season and everything. But it does go through my mind because, I've seen my closest friends go through it. So I know it's not going to be an easy change. So I'm kind of like preparing myself mentally for it. But I don't think it's something you could still prepare it for,
Yeah.
You're used to going that locker room. I saw the podcast with Sam, like you were thinking you'll never, like you don't know the feeling of being in a locker room with all your friends and like, like living with them, like going out to eat after games, like small things like that. It's just unbelievable, like even in off season, I miss it. And that's 3 months out of the year, like I'm like, wow, like I miss just going to training, joke around in the locker room, even training it's amazing, So of course it does scare me, but I think it's going to hit as older as I get.
It's funny that you mentioned that because like the other day I was just driving with Sam in the car and I'm just driving. I'm like, you know what I miss? She's like, what? Just celebrating goal. Whether that be in training or she's like, what are you saying? She's like, I don't know. I just miss celebrating a goal with guys. She's like, come on, like what's wrong with you?
No,
but like it's things you think about. And I'm like, I'm never gonna have that feeling of like winning a game that really means a lot to me. Yes, like I'm sure I'll still play soccer at a decent level, but how much it matters is not.
You can't explain that feeling to someone that never played, like sports or never played or someone that plays individual sports. I'll give you an example. A month ago, we played York in the playoffs, and we scored that goal in overtime. Oh. We thought it was done. It was 2-1, and we celebrated. One of our guys started crying when we were celebrating because we're like, we're done. Like this game's done. We're gonna park the bus and go to the next phase. And till this day, I still remember that feeling. And even when after that we lost in pens, it's a feeling where like you have your own brothers there for you. You feel like shit. Me, it was under contract. We don't know the future, but maybe my last game in Halifax. So like everything hit, but I had my boys around me. I knew like I could talk to anyone, like I had got in the locker room and you can't explain the feeling of losing in pens in playoffs, but I looked to my right, looked to my left, and I could count on every single guy in the locker room. And it's a feeling where like, I personally don't know how individual sports like people do.
Yeah.
And being there alone, of course you have your coaches, whatever, but it's a feeling like I wish everyone experienced, to be honest.
Bro, it's the best feeling ever. And that's why
even celebrating pig. It's
celebrating anything, just going to training and warming up and like just laughing, and I just get randomly sad thinking about that because like I wish I could do it, and I don't know, it's life. Like I have to eventually get over it. And I was talking to someone actually today, and it took him. He's like 40. He was a guest, Max Powers. I was talking to him today, and he's in his 40s now, and he's. Sorry if you didn't want to know what?
You leaked his age.
Yeah, I leaked your age, sorry. He's like, yeah, maybe only 2 years ago when I was 40, I completely gave up the idea of me being a professional athlete. He's like, obviously I knew I was never going to be a professional athlete, but like sometimes I would just imagine someone come out of like a bush and give me a contract. He's like,
Tom Brady.
He's like, I really just like, maybe 2 years ago just accepted it. He's like, don't let... He's like, your identity is a soccer player, and like I was like, he was kind of like mentoring me, and like I'm asking him about things about coaching. He's like, eventually you're gonna have to kill that identity of being a professional soccer player, and take all that motivation and drive that you had and take it into trying to being the best coach or personal trainer or whatever it is in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And I'm like, that's true, and I don't think I'm ready to kill that identity because I still still like fresh, but it's kind of a neat perspective.
But like so many times it goes through my brain, like, and like I'm sad about it because players like you, Brandon, John, even Morales, all the guys, John Chuck, that didn't end up signing their pro deals. I wish that the CPL was there before, because it's there now for the younger kids, which is amazing. But there is so much talent, and I'm like, I'm sad because I know with the level that you guys had and the teams that we built, paneling us, like we all played at the highest levels in Quebec. If somehow the CPL was already there, like I knew we were all going to be living the dream together. But I'm so glad that at 25, some 26, whatever, we're still so close, like we talk every day, we have that group chat together, and like that's what soccer brings, it's having those people with you. I feel forever for sure, and even those small-sided games, I go play with you guys, I'm like, fuck man, like these guys, like I just wish we were all in the same league, like, because I know like it could have happened, and like, but I'm glad, like, I see you, especially you, like, now, like, doing personal training, because it's something I see myself doing when I'm done playing, so I'm happy to see you, like, going through it. Like, it's not easy, but, I see you, like, training kids, all these stuff, like, you're really into it, which is great.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I wake up and I still do something I enjoy. So
yeah, for sure.
For that, I have to be very thankful, because I could, and a bunch of guys probably go through that. They go years with like not knowing exactly what they want to do, and I kind of pretty rapidly found something that I want to do and continue to do for.
But you think that
years.
Personal training things started? Remember when you started going to the States and you became jacked because in the States you guys do a lot of gym. Do you think
Bro,
that
that's
passion?
such a stigma, bro.
You
We don't
think
lift
that
that
passion?
much.
No, you guys do lift
No,
so
we
much.
don't, bro.
Every time I see
in the fall during our season, we don't lift, bro.
Every time I see someone leave Montreal to go to university in the States, they leave like this. They come back like
Who? I wasn't jacked.
other guys that you don't know, but I know so many guys.
Bro, it's only, I'll give you the rundown. In the fall, bro, we don't lift because we have games every like
Okay, but
two.
apart from that, the rest of the year.
Yeah, in the spring we lift. Like there's a point in the spring where you lift like.
You know when I know you guys started lifting like, heavy?
When?
When they give you guys all the gym shoes, the flat ones
Yeah,
there.
the Metcons. We got the Metcons, bro.
But you think that passion started there or no?
For lifting?
Like now that
Like
you're
gym.
doing personal training and gym and everything.
I think it started at Montreal Impact.
Montreal?
Because we never would lift at Montreal. And then there was a point when we moved into Centre Notre when we had our own gym. And it would be like open gym after practice. And I'm psycho, bro. You know me. Every day I would go. And I would
Mobility, everything.
Yeah, everything. And I would just like, there'd be the Jules Guéguin, class guy. I don't know if he's still with Columbus Crew, but class physical preparator. He taught me so much, like all the exercises, and he really got me into like this side of the game. Bro, every day I would go with like Tristano Fasulo or like Luca Piccioli or Chouanier was there. Tristan was never there, bro. Tristan Resendez, forget it. Tarifa, I used to have to drag him in.
Oh my god.
Cedric Toussaint eventually would come in. Bro, just jacked Cedric Toussaint,
Yeah,
you know?
Cedric's a bull.
Then we would just work out, and then, bro, but at that time I couldn't do a pull-up. I was like we were like benching like this, like what the fuck? Can't even lift nothing. And then we would go crack a Subway 12-inch afterwards. So that was like when it really started for me. And then obviously when COVID hit, me and John like really hit the gym. And
I still remember, I think I came twice, and then I was like, yeah, you guys are lifting. Like I felt bad. I was like, you guys are lifting, and every time it was my turn, we had to take off everything from the bars or whatever, and we had to change the weights. I'm like, I feel so bad for these guys, because I was personally never into really like gym and everything, because in season we do a lot of prevention and everything. It's not most like gym and heavy lifting. I feel like it happened more this year. This year is the year where we started lifting more and more, and I started doing my own things before training. And that's why I started messaging you about certifications about it and everything. And, you know, now I'm in the off season. I go to the gym 3-4 times a week with Brandon. So I actually enjoy it. I enjoy lifting weights.
It's
and
important.
It keeps me, like, I don't know, it's that hour at the gym, it's like nice. And you're trying to improve every day, like lifting more and more.
Yeah, exactly. But I do have a funny story of like NCAA and the stigma of lifting. My freshman year, I remember, because it was the COVID season, so our season was pushed into the spring.
Yeah.
So we're in the fall. We're like maybe 2 weeks in. We're like, hey, we're gonna start in the gym now. They gave us the okay with the COVID and all that. Bro, I'm in the gym. I'm with like one of the seniors. We're doing front squats, bro. First of all, I cannot hold the bar like
I can't
this.
do that exercise.
He's like, bro. He's like, are you a pussy? Like you're gonna hold the bar like that?
American.
Yeah, American.
Yeah,
Evan Rulo. Shout out. Bro, I was like, I can't, like my wrists don't bend like that. He's like, can I? I'm like, can I hold it like this? He's like, no, you have to hold it this. Bro, I remember I tried to do like I was doing the way that he was doing, bro. I thought my wrist was gonna explode. The next day, bro, I'm like, what the bro? I couldn't feel anything. We had practice the next day. I'm like, what is the fuck is wrong with these guys? Bro, like, because I was from the MLS Academy, bro.
Yeah.
So like we didn't do shit like that. But we didn't do it every day. Like it was very like, it was a good structure, but wow. Like I remember that first lift, I was like, bro, maybe the stigma is true.
It is though.
But it's not. I'm telling you, it's not. And especially I think now with NCAA and how it's growing, it's much more like the coaches are getting smarter in the way that we live. Like,
but I don't know, I always thought about it. I was like, yeah, Dan, since you left to the States, you just became...
But there's the sick Americans that live like crazy during season.
Yeah, right.
And I would low-key be part of that sometimes. I would go 6 a.m. like, bro, I didn't play 90 minutes. I played 75 minutes. I'm going to go lift the next morning, 6 a.m. Sick.
And you do your
I'd
mobility.
be there, landmine pushes like this, 6 a.m., then go to class.
And you do
like
your
this.
mobility at 10 p.m., 11, no matter what. Like, that's class, man. I think you're the person, like, I know that, like, you're obsessed. Well, it's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I did that too, but I don't. But, like, your mobility, your stretching, your everything. I was like,
I think I was
this
too
guy
obsessed
does
with
it.
that
I don't
stuff,
even
bro.
do it.
I think, like, there's a certain point where, like, yeah, this is very good, like, doing all this extra work. But I think, like, I was too obsessed with the extra work that, like, I would never got the time to just, like, detach and I would burn out, like, during, like, in seasons. Like, I would always start very well, my preseasons, and I would come in the fittest and I would kill it. And, bro, I'd destroy it. Then I'd always, like, either get a little injury or something from, like, overtraining. And then there would be a point in the mid-season where I'd be like, damn, I'm playing like shit. Like, what the fuck's wrong with me? And then I would get injured or something. Then I would have to, like, force to be taking a break. And then I would come back fresh again and I would kill it the rest. That was always, like...
During that time, you never, like, realized, like, oh, maybe I'm doing too much. I need to rest.
So everyone told me, you do too much. You do too much. My coach, you do too much. Like this.
Stop yapping.
Yeah. Too much, bro. I wasn't like, I don't have the natural talent, so I'm like, bro, if I don't have the natural talent, I have to do this extra work.
A bit like Ronaldo. Like, he has the talent, but you know what I mean?
But like, for example,
work, like,
that mobility stuff, like, it's because I never was able to touch my toes. Now I'm pretty fucking flexible.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
No, I feel like, how can I say? Like, I take, like, let's say you and me, I feel like with years, I was never obsessed like you were. I actually hated the gym. And it gets to a point where, like, now I need it. Like, my body needs it. I need to stretch. I need to do this. And I'm like, I'm talking like I'm 45, but the more I play in season, the more I need to do those things. And that's why, like, this season I was doing my extra work alone.
Your prehab, your rehab.
Exactly.
Activation.
It's crazy because you really feel it in season, especially, like, when you're playing minutes and minutes, like, game over game. And, like, CPL is crazy. You have to fly 7 hours to Vancouver, train the day after, like, jet lag still because this country's too big.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. And then you have to train, you have to rest, you have the game next day. It's like, that's when I realized, I was like, yeah, maybe I should have started earlier, you know, like, because I feel like now it's the only time, like, I'm really taking care of my body, you know, which I wish, I mean, it was my fault that I should have started earlier, you know, like, just to help your body recover and everything. Like, it's just...
Bro, going back on, like, missing, like, I just miss, like, being able to go into the training room and just do an ice bath.
Oh,
for
you like
free.
that?
Bro, I would,
I don't.
bro, I would
Maybe
ice
one
bath.
ice bath every 2 weeks, and that's because I'm forced.
Bro, I would contrast bath before every single practice.
Before training.
Before training. I
Ice
would go,
bath.
contrast.
Oh.
I would do ice, hot, ice, hot. Bro, especially in the morning practices when we were training in the morning.
Yeah.
I would do that every single morning or else I would not be able
But
to.
why don't you do it after training?
I would sometimes, yeah. If I didn't have class, I would do the ice bath after training as
No,
well.
ice bath. I don't like what sauna. Wow.
We didn't have a sauna,
sauna is.
unfortunately.
Ask Brandon. He hates it.
You don't like the sauna?
It's too hot though.
Soft.
Soft. Soft.
Remember
I lived in Cyprus. I'm used
the
to
sauna in Tennis 13 that we did that one time?
Tennis 13. Oh, in Laval?
Yeah.
The tennis thing? Yeah. Class.
We were talking for like the first 10 minutes and we're like,
Then we're dead.
like shut up.
Dead. You know, I had a memory. This is so out of nowhere. This was like 10 minutes ago when we were talking. Remember that camp we did in Team Canada? U15?
Oh my god.
I
we did
thought
that
about it
together,
today.
bro.
I was driving. I was like, thinking about all memories I had with you.
What the
I was
fuck?
Like,
I don't need.
I was like, we never talk about it. Me and you, we never talk about it. We were 15 years old, got called to the same national team camp in Vancouver, and we roomed together.
Bro, that's crazy. Like,
I flew from Portugal, and the first person I see is Dan. I'm
bro,
like,
do you remember how
what are
you
you
got
doing
how
here?
you got called up? Like,
me?
yeah, for that.
Oh, all I know is that one day we go to training, and the coach is like, Wes, come here. In front of everyone, I was like, what the hell did I do? Did I do something wrong? I don't know. And he announced to the team I was called for a national team camp. And I was like, wow, like unbelievable feeling. Honestly, it was like crazy. I was 15. We were 15, no? 15, 16. And I was like, this is crazy. Like things are going well now, you know? And the crazy part, I was not even playing yet in Portugal. Like I was still in that problem with FIFA. So I was like, imagine when I'm gonna start playing. I was thinking about too much.
Do you want to know how
Never got called again.
You want to know how I found out?
How?
I was in math class. My teacher comes up to me. She's like, so I'm going to give you the homework for next week. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, since you're not going to be here next week, like I'm going to give you the stuff for you to review.
Where the hell am I gonna be?
Bro, I look at her, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this girl saying, bro? Like, where am I going to be? I'm going to be here next week. I go to practice. I go to Impact, and then there's the guys like the other guys that got called. There was Jean Arnaud,
Not much from
and Sean Rojas. That's it.
Yes,
And they're like, "Oh, we got called to Team Canada." I'm like, "Oh, that's sick." Then it clicked in my head. I'm like,
Wait.
"Did I get called too? Did my math teacher just spoil that I got called to Team Canada?" And then eventually I get an email like,
Saying,
bro, no one tells me nothing, bro. I just get an email. They're like, oh, like fill this out to get to your flight
yeah, I
information.
remember.
I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Team Canada, bro. At this point, I'm shitting my pants, bro.
No,
I did not think I was good enough to get
Me
called
too.
to Team
I
Canada.
got there. I still remember. First training was like, coach is like, what position do you play?
Even me, bro.
And I was like, wait, this guy doesn't even know my position. Starts well. I get called national team Canada, doesn't know. But also it's because in Portugal I played winger, 10. I was a bit everywhere on top. So I tell him, and I still remember till this day. I'm not joking. It was just wingers and strikers. And we're doing a drill 1v1 finish. Like they give you a ball, you go on a 1v1 and you shoot. You do whatever you want, you have to finish. I was like, I'm not good at 1v1s. Like my quality has always been crossing, you know, my vision and everything, but 1v1s I suck. 16 years old, I couldn't it's not I couldn't dribble, but it was not my strong point. You know, first person that goes, it's Jonathan
Brother.
David. He
Joe
goes,
David
takes the ball to his right foot, bah, go. I'm next. I'm like, oh, here we go. I go, it stopped. I was like, it's not a good start. And then like especially Joe, like that stuck to my head. I was like, every single time scoring. I'm there struggling. It's like, yeah, I don't think I'm doing.
Bro, I was shocking. At this time.
Every time we went to a room, I remember we're rooming together. I would go to bed. I was like, yeah, this level is crazy. Like, you know, and my dad would call me, how are you doing? Oh, everything's great. You know, like I'm doing.
I was getting
good.
cooked, bro.
But honestly, it was hard. It's probably the reason why I never got called again, to be honest.
Bro, I remember like Luca Petrasso,
Yes.
Stephen Yates, bro. They were cooking me. Ben Payton, bro.
Ben
I was
Payton.
like, bro. I'm like, how you guys are like jacked, bro, and I'm fucking skinny as fuck. How did I get called?
Bro.
I was so confused, bro. I had like imposter syndrome, and that was my problem. Is like I didn't have confidence at that age, which fucked me because, bro, low-key, we were Team Canada U16, never got called, whatever, but like, yes, I was shocking at the beginning, but I feel like at the end, like I built confidence and I did
feel like
well.
when we played those, you remember we played a game or two at the end of the
Yeah,
camp?
we played inter-squads at the end and we did well.
Those games went really well for us, but
at the
I felt like
beginning
the
was
first
bad.
few trainings, it was like, I feel like it was not even the level, it was the stress.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm national team camp, but at the end of the day, like, we're all playing academies. Some are playing Toronto, some in Montreal, some Vancouver. I'm playing Portugal. I'm like, why am I stressed to play with these guys? At the end of the day, we're all the same age. You know?
But the thing is,
But
those
it's like I
guys, those guys were comfortable. Like the coaches knew all of them.
Exactly.
We were new. We were coming in.
But you remember this part where, like, in the hotel, the Toronto guys would always chill together in the rooms and
Yeah.
everything, and us, the French guys, would just be like kind of left out.
Me, you, Jonathan, David, and
Benson.
Benson Faziliers.
We're just.
Fucking.
I don't remember his last name, but it
Whatever
was
his
class.
last
It
name
was
is.
us four chilling in our rooms together, and then all the Toronto guys in one room. And it's funny because I play now against most of them, and even Julian Dunn. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah, he was there.
We were 16. He was already 6'4". I was like, "What the hell is this?" And now I played with him the last 2 years, and it's crazy because he still remembers us. I talked to him about it. He's like, "I remember the Frenchies, the French guys." I'm like, "That's how you remember
Bro,
us." It's
so
crazy.
funny. And it's crazy that Jonathan David was playing with a local club in Ottawa, and now he's with Juventus, bro.
I
What?
think that camp everyone was in academies except from him.
Yeah,
And he's
And
the
he's
one that made it to the
Juventus.
highest level.
bro.
It's unbelievable.
And I'm not even playing.
Stop.
Crazy.
No, it's football, man. It goes-
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. But I remember that. That was.
It was a weird
Remember we
time
used
I
to. Bro, we were. Remember we did the first. I didn't even know you were coming to this camp, by the way. Like we didn't know we were going to be at this camp. We
I
pulled
didn't see a list.
Yeah, yeah.
I just
I just
got
came onto
called-
the bus and I'm like, Wesley.
I remember that.
Then it comes to next to you, bro. It's
No,
so random.
it was random because there's no list. It was like they would tell your club would tell you, you get an email, you fill up the things. And I was flying from Portugal. I still remember I had to go to London. Then I went to Vancouver. Imagine, Portugal,
Yeah,
Vancouver.
holy.
And the next day I had training. I was dead. And maybe one of the reasons why training didn't go too well. But I don't know. It was good vibes, good memories. I still remember we had the folding competitions. You remember that one?
What?
I'll tell you. You remember they said there's the equipment room. Whoever, after training, you had to fold your things and put it in front of your door. Because the first day, I don't remember. I remember exactly that because I still have things from that camp. It's like, guys, like, there's like,
They would throw their
they would
stuff.
throw their stuff in the hallway and they got mad. They're like, guys, it's not like that. It's, you're disrespecting the equipment manager or whatever. So guys started folding and they're like, oh, we like this. So I still remember they said, whoever folds it the best gets to go to the equipment room
Oh, yes.
and
Oh
pick
my
up
God, I
free
remember
things
that.
for them.
Jesus.
So it was a full-on competition between the whole team how to fold the best and put it in front of your door. And then I still remember we won like one day and we just won.
I still have a jersey there.
Yeah, exactly. It was so stupid though.
Bro, what else do I remember from that?
Playing with the small ball in the hallway, remember?
Remember our weigh-ins in the morning?
Oh,
I was like this, bro.
Yeah.
Hope I didn't gain weight.
I was sweating as soon as I woke up. I was like,
So stressful,
and I would
bro.
go in boxers just to get like as least weight.
Bro, I was
possible.
so fucking stressed. I'm like, bro.
Everything we did was stressful. The coach called me in the meeting, and back then, you remember my English though?
Yeah, it's bad.
Shocking. I mean, it's not the best right now, but it's like I couldn't speak 2 words. And one day, I think it was, what is it, Paul Saltieri, whatever,
Yeah.
as a coach, calls me into a meeting. I'm like, how the hell am I going to talk with this guy? I can barely speak English.
And he was like an imposing figure.
No smile, nothing. And I get there, he's sitting like this. I was sweating. I still remember that. Like anything we did, it was stressful for me.
I also remember finishing the first training. They're like, drink this. I'm like, what is this, bro?
The protein
I never
shakes.
had a protein shake in my life.
I was like, this is
I was
so
like, what
professional.
is this? This is incredible. They gave like one protein and one like juice, bro. It was like this drinking.
Bro, I was
was
sending
class.
pictures to my family. I was like, yo, this is unbelievable. Look what we have. We have this. And from Sarak, for the other guys, it was normal. And me, anything they give me, it could give me a banana. I was like, Dad, look, they give us a banana. Like,
The
it
food
so
was
stupid.
class too, bro.
Food was
Oh my
class.
god.
Oh, the
What a time.
stories.
Remember when we were chilling with Jonathan David and Benson? And then Alfonso Davies pulls up.
Yes.
I'm like this whole
Outside,
even at that
yes,
time, bro, I knew
yes.
he was with the Vancouver.
He was already with the first team. That's
Yeah.
why he couldn't train with us. It's because he got called up to the first team. And I was like, what the hell is that?
Bro, I see Alfonso Davies. I'm like, what am I doing here, bro?
And like everyone knew him, so everyone went to shake his hand.
And I'm like,
And like, hi.
like, dab me up, bro. You don't know who I am.
Like he didn't even dab me up. He went like this to me. I'm like, yeah,
Nice to meet you.
we don't know each other.
That's crazy, bro. That is unreal.
It's crazy, man.
That's crazy
Good
that you brought.
memories.
Yeah, it gets good memories.
I swear, I was driving today. I thought about it. I was like, I have to bring it up today.
It's crazy how I didn't even think about that.
I feel like we never talk about it though. It's good memories.
I'm
man.
happy you
It's
brought that up, bro.
Crazy times.
And maybe you'll get called up one day.
World Cup,
World Cup coming soon?
hopefully.
Maybe.
For Portugal, maybe?
Cyprus, bro. You should have got your nationality there, bro.
My dad's born in France. Maybe I could pull something.
Is he really? Mm-hmm. Are you born in Montreal, though?
Yeah. Québécois.
Yeah, fucking Kebs, bro.
I
didn't know that.
French school my whole life.
Edouard Montpetit.
Edouard Montpetit. Yeah.
You had good times, though. You think, this is a random question. Let's say you never went to Portugal and you stayed with Impact. What do you think that would have been like for you?
You know, I asked myself.
We would have been together for
Yeah.
like 7 years if you did that.
I tell myself sometimes, like, I wish in another life I did stay in Montreal just to see where I was going to end up. Because I remember my second year in the academy, I was kind of training a lot with, like, the 99s. I was doing back and forth with both. I was like, okay, they rate me already, whatever. You know, I'm training with the older guys. So we never know. Maybe I was never going to play soccer again after academy. I don't know. But I wish, like I said, I wish in another life I stayed in Montreal and just see where it would take me.
Yeah, it would have been cool. We would have been together for a little bit, bro. A lot of it, actually.
I've seen a lot of those trips with Tristan in the rooms.
Bro, so many
Those
fun
crazy
times, bro.
times with Zach Fernandez.
Zach Fernandez,
Karifa, Tristan. I was
Frederick
aware of
Toussaint.
everything that was happening. I was far, but I saw all those videos, honestly.
Sam Salter for
Unbelievable time you guys had. And I was alone in Portugal.
That's sad, bro.
That's why I was like, look at these guys enjoying their time in the Impact Academy. And then I was in Portugal alone in the same room as with 5 other guys. I was like, I
Bro,
wish.
It's crazy, bro.
No, but I never regret going to Portugal. It brought me so many things. Living alone I think I was 16 when I started living with Brandon. It's like you learn so much about life being away from your parents and just discovering what the adult life is, kind of. Like from all the stories that happen in our house, having lizards in our house, not knowing how to cook, We poor parents, to be honest. We just didn't know how to cook, so I just go to the restaurant at this point, honestly, because we had to feed ourselves. And then we had like Brennan said in his podcast, we had all the guys visiting. So it's crazy times, to be honest. So I don't regret anything about it.
Of course.
But I do wish I knew what was going to happen if I stayed in Montreal.
Yeah. I was just thinking now I'm not a professional soccer player, but as we're older now, I feel like there's a little bit more pressure now for me to find ways to make a career and get an income, and there's pressure. Things are expensive. I have to find ways to make money. What is the biggest pressure for you as a professional soccer player? Is there a pressure that you feel every day?
I feel like right now I could say is because right now my contract's done in a month basically, so I feel like this is where athletes stress the most. Because I have kind of PTSD of what happened in Cyprus and everything, I don't want the same thing to happen. So I'm in the unknown right now. I don't know where I'm gonna end up. Could be CPL, could be USL, Europe. I don't know. My agent, is doing his work. So I feel like this is where I feel the most pressure. feel like some games in the season you're like, okay, this game is very important because, you know, depending on the table, like playoffs. But as soon as, you know, you've played in big games too in the States, as soon as the game starts, like the stress goes away and you're just there and you're focused on your game. So I feel like where I find myself stressing the most is kind of right now, of not knowing where I'm going to go. You know, like I feel like, you know, I'm like you said, I'm a vet in the league. There's some things happening, good things, whatever, but until the day I don't put my signature on a paper, I'm going to be stressed.
Yeah, just a lot of instability.
So I feel like this is where I feel the most stressed. Well, also those small times where I think about my future, what I want to do, like all these investing and all these things, it's like, it's stressful because, you know, soccer could, knock on wood, that could be done because of an injury, because of anything, you know, and you have to be ready for anything. So that's a bit stressful, but the most is right now, like, until I sign a contract, I'm like, I'm going to have that stress in me, like, there's no guarantee that I have a contract next year, you know.
And especially at this age, like at 25, now it's your time, like, after doing a few years in the league, you have to go and get every penny that you can.
Exactly. I mean, you always play for the love of the game, but it gets to a certain age, you also think of money. I feel like when you're young, you don't think money. You think about playing the highest level, enjoying the games, but we're both 25. We know how expensive life is and everything. You have to build your future if you want a family, you know, if you want kids. So, of course, you get to the age where I'm at the age right now where it's very important for me to think football-wise because I want to be somewhere good where I can win, hopefully, my first professional trophy. But also money-wise, I feel like it's important. I feel like any athlete gets to an age where, like, okay, it's good, the soccer part, but I also want to get paid for it. And, you know, like you said, I'm a vet now, so hopefully something good's going to come up.
It'll come. And that's the teeter-totter now that you are a vet, that you have to find yourself in a good position football-wise, but you need to be financially smart too. So,
absolutely.
So that's a little bit, I think, of added pressure now that you're older.
Exactly.
Because when you're young, you're like, bro, I'll play for $10,000. It doesn't matter. I'll play for this. It doesn't matter.
Like when I signed in Edmonton, I just signed the paper. I didn't even read. I mean, yes, I did, but like whatever they put on the thing, I signed. Now I won't do the same. I'm 25. I have to think about, you know, the near future and also like whatever, everything in my life. So yeah, it does put pressure, but I'm happy that I come off from a good individual season. So I'm not that worried.
Yeah.
You know, I'm healthy, no injuries, so everything's going the right way so far.
And that's like, for me, for example, who, like, I have no professional experience, and like, you know, I was supposed to go play in New Zealand, and my agent and all that, they're like, we could find you something in Australia for next season or New Zealand. But now I'm at a point, and I spoke to him like maybe a few weeks ago, he's like, there will be clubs that we could find for you. And I'm like, if you can't get me a contract where I'm making more money than I'm making here, then why would I do that? Like, you know, if I was 21, 22, then yes, I'm going 100%. But now 25, I'm like, I'm going to go and pause all my career here and even like let it go of all these opportunities to go and play in Australia and New Zealand, which would be fucking sick. But
also the other side of the world.
Yes, the other side of the world, and I'm not making enough money. Does it make sense? No. Would I like to do it? Yes, but it doesn't make sense.
Like you said, I feel like that's what my dad always said. He's like, when I was 21 and I signed in Edmonton, he's like, don't worry about the number you see on the paper. Just go out there and prove them that you deserve more. So that was kind of like my grind in the last few years, where like, let me show them to the league, for other leagues, for any club in the world, that I deserve more than what I'm getting right now. And but yeah, like you get to a certain age, like let's say what you just said, it's hard to leave something just to say, oh, I did play pro in Australia, you know, especially you're building a career now, you're doing better and better every week, and you have that, let's say that number coming in your bank account, you know, like you're kind of stable now and everything, and then going all the way there just to say, oh, I play pro, it's a tough decision, you know. So So yeah, I feel like when you're younger, you could think more of, oh, I'm getting experience. I don't care about the money and everything. Also depends on everyone, you know, like it's the reality of football is like some people come from families that could help them even though they're not making as much money, but some other people need it to support the family. So it's like, I was lucky to be in a situation where my family helped me because I wasn't making that much money. So it's tricky, football is very tricky. It's you have to take the right decisions and see what's best for you in the future. It's not just, I'm going to sign a contract because I want to be a pro. You know what I mean? It's like you're building your career right now. You train kids, you have your personal training stuff. So it's a tough decision, to be honest.
And bro, literally, like maybe 2-3 weeks ago was the first time that I ever went to dinner with my girlfriend, and I paid it, and I was like, I do not care.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, I'll make this money back. And while, like, ordering, I was like, like, what do you want to get? She's like, maybe we get this. I'm like, get it. Doesn't matter. This looks good. Let's get it.
Such a good feeling.
Bro, I've never had that feeling before because I've never had income.
I swear. No, it's
not that I'm getting crazy money now.
But it's still an amazing. I still remember, like, Edmonton, after all these years in Europe, whatever, I didn't get paid. So depending on my family, I didn't have a big contract in Edmonton, but knowing that I could pay for groceries, I could order cleats if I wanted to. I didn't have to call my dad, look, there's a new pair of cleats I need, like, whatever. Like, I could just order myself. It's a feeling where, like, you're like, wow, like, finally, like, I don't feel that pressure anymore, So I'm glad, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna get better and better. So
yeah. But even like when I was in college and I was living off my scholarships, bro, I was living like I was on a 0% scholarship for some reason. Like, I had more than enough money, but I'd be at Costco with my roommate.
Like, tuna.
We're like, do we get this? We're like, nah, bro, it's like $9. Like, no. And then we'd go get like something. We're like, bro, we have to get this though. And we wouldn't even need it.
But
like,
do we need it?
Yeah. Bro, it was, I don't know, I lived like...
And the crazy part is that sometimes you go to Costco, you feel like you have so much, like your fridge going to be full. You just spend out how much, you get home and it's empty. You're like, what the hell, bro?
Ours was always packed to the fucking brim, bro.
Oh, really?
We would
I go to Costco.
Spend so much at Costco.
I go to Costco, I swear, like for so much. I get home and it's...
I don't know how big your fridge is, bro. Mine was tiny.
Nah, it's the fridge, bro.
We would pack I'd buy like, this was the main things we'd buy. We'd buy like the big thing of ground beef. We'd buy a salmon.
We'd buy ground beef.
Yeah, we'd buy a chicken, like the chicken breasts, and turkey. This is the 4 things that we would rotate when I was living in Vermont. Then I would package them and we would shove them all in the fridge. And then for dinner, we'd take them out, bro. I miss that stuff. I literally was talking to my roommate from Germany the other day. We're like,
who's the cook though? Who's the chef?
I was more, but he would do it as well.
Like
Shut up.
Not bad.
We're on set here.
The audience is crazy.
I know, crazy
disrespecting because he sees the podcast better than his and everything.
Wait till we have live shows.
This
is like,
and then you cough.
My family asked me today if it was live. I swear.
We should have TikTok live it.
Live TikTok.
Oh, bro.
What a time.
It's honestly nice just to be able, and I know we spoke about like serious things, but I never knew your full story, and it's kind of crazy, and serious like respect to you, and I think it's inspiring how you persevere through all those challenges, and I'm sure there's a Canadian out there in Europe right now all alone going through the same things that you did go through, and maybe he'll hear this and you'll be like, okay, maybe this is all for something. And even if it doesn't pan out and he's not pro, like, just know that it's all for something. Like the stuff, the character traits and the things he's gonna learn along the way, it goes way beyond football. So I want to give you props for sharing your story and coming on and being the first professional athlete on a podcast for not professional athletes.
No, I appreciate it. Honestly, like, it was a tough path. Like, not everyone gets it done, or not that, but it's just some people get it easier, some people don't. I feel like mine was kind of hard, to finally get that contract. So I'm glad, and if I have something to say to someone out there, just keep fighting, keep going through it, because at the end of the day, you're not going to regret either the experience, and if you end up signing, it's going to feel even better because you went through so much, you know. And I'm glad I'm here to maybe help someone out there, and I'm glad I'm here to, you know, finally speak to you about all these details. And if I have to say, I'm happy that right now, you know, I could see you going through all your personal training stuff, and like I'm happy, you know, I followed from close, you know, every time I answer your stories and everything, because I'm happy that I see you, you know, something outside soccer, and I could see you build something slowly. And even the podcast, such a great idea, and thanks for having me here.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, bro.
Class.